And we're back. This is Jack City Gaming. I'm here playing Football Manager 2021. And this is the Youth Intake Hall of Fame Challenge, the Gudbrand Christensen story. Now, I just wanted to do a season roundup of what happened in our short time at Fremad Amager. I'm not fired, but it was a short season since I came in at the end. Now, we're starting here at the Pokalen. As you can see, Midtjylland took it in the final against Sonderjyski. So let's look at this. Brian Prisk has racked himself up another title after getting 3 league titles in a row and then snagging a Pokalen. So he will further himself in the Hall of Fame of some of the greatest Danish managerial talent of all time. Now let's look at the third division. Third division here, we are looking at the champions of Bold Club and AF. They will be coming up along with Ishoy. Now you can see just from this that the best teams in the preliminary phase pretty much went on to be the best teams at the end. You didn't really see that much shuffling around at the bottom. Everyone was pretty much tied up. Holding B, they were going to go down regardless, having never won a game going into the final phase. So moving on, this is the division we're at, the second division. Second division here. Best team, Vin Diesel. They were the best ones. They from the preliminary phase and then just pushed on to become more dominant. I will say that 5 points on Akademicsk, they were able to pull themselves 5 points adrift and were able to get themselves promoted, which was quite special. For us down here, we see that Kolding finally gave way to the drop, and we were able to secure ourselves after being 3 points behind going into the relegation stage of the season. So going into a little bit about what happened with us. So I left you guys off with a 1-0 Kolding win with a 93rd minute winner of Rasmus Muller. Slagelse, this game, 93rd minute loser, just on the opposite side of that one game on. That absolutely tore me up because Kolding on the other game was losing. So therefore, I wanted to go in 7 points up with 2 games left to really secure our survival. So that 93rd minute really hurt me. This was a pretty even game for the most part, and it was hard won. I thought we unlocked them. I changed tactics around in halftime, and we were immediately rewarded, but it was to no avail. Gudbrand, they beat us. We did not turn up. That was really upsetting. We didn't turn up. We lost 2-0. This last game, we had already secured survival by this point because Kolding lost. They were playing Slagelse and gave up 2 goals in the last 5 minutes. It was 1-1, and then they lost 3-1 there. So finally, Roskilde, I threw up a couple kids in just to see how they would perform. Some of our rising stars, Benjamin Nierstrup, Michael Hjorth, Mads Rasmussen, Peter Clark, Steiner Emilson. We wanted to just play some of the youth to see, hey, what do they got for the next year? Daniel Kugaga absolutely destroyed this game. He did so well, and I'm really pumped to see what he could potentially do next season. Rasmus Muller, he's been the savior thus far, since me taking charge. He's racked himself up quite a few goals. Not in these 2 games, but, or these games. But the big goals that I was able to put together here, these 2 here, besides all the other games. But yeah, he was able to pull out quite a few goals, and he's been clutch going into the end of the season. So that's that. The relegation stage, as you can see here, 4 points cut off. Kolding couldn't really put it together at the end, which is fine by me. And so therefore, we have our final piece here. So the first division is actually quite interesting about what happened. Going into this, you will see that Lyngby and Silkeborg, it was a 2-horse race the whole time, and they kind of just continued on. Lyngby was the one who won as a champion in the end. The end here, you can see that Skive, they were cut adrift by quite a bit. 7 points off, but they went on an absolute winning run. These last 3 wins, I mean, as crucial as they were, they went on a string of wins afterwards, and then Vidovra and Thisted fell flat, and it's incredible. Also, Aarhus Fremad, just showing you here, they almost got relegated. They were one of the best teams going into this relegation stage, and they got just by the skin of their teeth by the end of this. So that was an interesting little first division clash going into this. So we'll welcome these 2 teams coming down next season. Finally, the Superliga. Well, first, Sondrieski, they won the European playoffs, so they'll be going into the Conference League. But the championship group, Copenhagen. It was a 2-horse race, as you can imagine. With a game to spare, Copenhagen won the league. Meaning, Paco Gemes is able to... He still hasn't gotten highest nation rate, which is pretty crazy considering the fact that he has a Conference League title and I think 2 league titles now. So he's not far from getting on this list, Paco Gemes. And honestly, I'm kind of surprised that nobody's picking up him, or he's not wanted yet. Prisk, he only got the Pokalen. It's a near miss for this season. The relegation stage on this, the top tier of Danish football, Aarhus and Horsens. Horsens was dreadful all season, so this is not a surprise for them. And Aarhus missing out just barely. Randers and Aarhus, they play on the final day. Was that it? No, it was not. Esbjerg. Okay. So anyways, and we're back with the start of the season here. So, quick little pieces before we get into this game. I wanted to let you know that we had a major loss in the team because of the limits on the payments. And he's not here. Interesting. So, it was Mileta Rajovic. Rajovic had to leave. He unfortunately was our striker. You may have remembered he scored a couple headers at the end of last season. He's unable to cruise. He is currently out of contract. I have been trying to negotiate with him too, and he won't take it. He lost his agent, where he fired his agent. So I thought that, and she didn't like me. I don't know why, but I tried to negotiate with him, and he still won't take. So I am going to be trying sooner rather than later. Another piece, we lost a couple coaches since they got poached by other teams. And that is about it for what is happening. But the finances are much better than they were. We got a huge injection of income because I decided to exercise an option. Oh yeah, $280,000. So we sold a player, a few seasons ago, that 2021 to Hammarby, Jacob Pritz. Sold him for $77,000, and he's currently worth $1.1 million. And there was a 20% of the profit. That was what we were owed. I just thought if we were just going to sell that option for $280,000, that'd be an immediate cash injection into the team, and that would be very helpful, which it has been. So going into the first game of the season, we're going to be taking on Slagelse, and they've caused us problems at the end of last season, so this is going to be a difficult game for our first start. Quick piece too, Hividovra, they beat the other team that got relegated, Thisted, 5-0 going into this, so definitely seems like they're going to be the team to beat right now. So what we'll be doing is Chang Anderson in goal, the current Hong Kong international, Mike Cruz on the right, Sunabala and Clark in the middle with Norriger on the left, Max Yule, Grieve, and Hirschprong in the middle with Rasmus Muller, Martin Holmgren, and Kugaga up top. Unfortunately, Freskov and Staugard are both out because there was a red card that he got in the last season. Freskov recently coming back from Martinique international play, and Emil Staugard got a calf strain just a week prior to the game, so he will not be fit. Now, let's see what we can do against Slagelse. Our preseason training, we have not really done amazingly well. It's been a win, 2 draws, and a loss. The loss coming against Lyngby, who was recently promoted to the Superliga. That's going to be they mowed us over, and the win coming from a team got relegated from the 3rd division, so they're not exactly the best team either, and we only beat them 1-0. So we've not really performed well coming into this game. Slagelsa has always been a thorn in our side thus far in the relegation stages at the end of this last season. Oh, well, they got an early yellow card. They'll take that. So the expectations of this season from the board is going to be top half. So as long as we're able to get into the championship group, that will be good. Oh, my word. 10 minutes in, potential knee injury. That could be serious. I'm not pumped about that. Let's take Philip Stoustrup. I feel like he's a very similar player. Let's do a poacher. That's a problem. Rasmus Muller really helped us out last year, getting a couple crucial goals. That is not what I was hoping anybody would do either. Gaga did very well over the preseason break. He was just quite productive, so I thought I'd give him a start, see what would happen. Hirschprung. A couple of those. So I like what I'm seeing from Hirschprung this far. Oh, Algren. Ooh. Oh, he did turn around the post. Okay, we got a corner on that. I need to reorganize my set pieces. This is not healthy. That was a terrible delivery. You do. Just got to make it a little bit more attacking, because if everybody's on go forward, it's not necessarily going to be the most effective. Let's give a little shout. Let's encourage these guys to see if we can get anything out of this. Should probably turn on the lights. I don't know why it's so dark in this. Ooh, good block. Who was that? Hirschprung? He's been excellent. That block shot was right on cue. There we go. We had a few guys on that. Algren. All right, what do you got? Get on your bike. Hit it. Stoustrup, come on. Not utilizing your pace. You're a winger, too. Ooh, ball at the top. I like that. I like the idea on that. Come on. There we go. Grief, by the way, I had him start because he was coming off the bench playing very well last year, and throughout the preseason he was great. Stoustrup. Nope. So Grieve earned himself a spot. Oh no. What a block. Chang Anderson just absolutely caught it well. Oh, good block there too. All right, let's a little more attacking with. Let's get the pass out in space out of here. Counter press, counter. Yeah, okay, just real quick. Target man. Let's take that off for now. Let's change up how the distribution is played. That could potentially be a little more advantageous for us. He's got 3 men to look for. Etrup. No. This team is still quite young, so it's important for us to kind of go on winning runs and, you know, set the tone early. These young teams seem to fall apart. We don't have much leadership, and we don't have much experience to draw from in this. Oh, like this. This is a problem. Thank you, Chang Anderson. One thing I do want to say is that the 93rd minute loss that we had against Lagelsa in the last season was a shot that was it was a free kick that came in, and Chang Anderson got a hand to it, but it still got tipped into the net. That was frustrating to watch, for sure. But he is better than Mads Rasmussen, and I just don't feel as though we, based on the talent that I see, we need every inch of everybody to play well. Yule is one of those players I'm hoping to build around too. He's decent in the midfield. I feel like we have a decent good midfield. Like Grieve, Yule, and Ersprung are able to create chances. I just don't think that we have the striking power to actually put them away, because our games are always kind of like this, where they're just a little bit lackluster in the offensive side, but we're able to lock teams down to 0-0. So, because I mean, we got Peter Clark, who's really, really good. Bale, Staugard is good. You know, Max Cruz. We have, like, from back to mid, we're a solid team. We just have no attacking power. So this season looks like it's going to be a lot of like 1-0 scraps. Maybe we'll lose by 1-0. You know, we don't give much, but we don't take much. Oh my word, Nikolai Rasmussen. Okay, let's see if we can. How am I going to change this up? First of all, let's go into the attacking side. Let's just do that. Let's see where we can go with this. Yeah, Kugaga and Staustrup are not playing that well. Cruz isn't playing well either. And he has the very consistent performer trait, so you know, you can't be putting out those performances. I will replace you. This is not a team that everybody has a guaranteed. There's people with guaranteed spots. Staustrup. Oh, come on. Let's see if we can just put someone else. Let's do. Yeah, I'm gonna take off Kugaga and I'm going to put Ali Malul. And then deeply. Actually, he could play it. Nah, it's better this way. I thought he could play target man, but holy crap! I can't believe I was just about to take. Oh, I canceled that whole thing because I thought he was. All right. Anyhow, well then I'm gonna go back to my original idea. Offside. Man, we cannot create anything. Tempo up. So crazy. I was just saying, like we might just get. Let's just do a high press. Like, I'm lost for words of what do we need to do? The 4-3-3 I picked because we were just performing a bit better with that bit more to to give for the offensive side, but because the 4-4-2. But man, this was yeah, we provided nothing. We were unable to put anything together, and that's frustrating. This whole stretch of nothing, because we started off well. So I'm far from pleased. It's just that we're so flat. I think maybe we could go and put ourselves a little bit more. Yeah, criticize negative tactics. I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. Okay, so we lost 1-0. Let's see how the rest of these guys do, because right now I'm in the below the bottom half. And Yummer booked. They were close to getting promoted last year, so I know they're going to be a good team. And Slogelso it's kind of like our bogey team right now. We can't put anything on them, So it's kind of a bad start. Yeah, injury worry for sure. They still haven't played. Okay, let's see. Okay, there we go. Helsingor 2-0 and Ishoy and B93. These two teams being the ones that were promoted. So they drew 1-1. So that's it. I will kick on and play a few games. Let's see when I'm going to bring it back. I'll probably bring it back. Let's see, September, October. Maybe I'll bring it back somewhere before the break. Maybe Ishoy and HIK. Just kind of really push this along, just so we can kind of get back into seeing how things go. So I'll play a little bit more as time goes on. So yeah, I will see you then. I'm gonna play this through, and if we go in a cup round, maybe I'll go a little bit sooner. But we'll see what happens. All right.